The wage gap has been present since the 1960s. It's the difference between the median amount paid to women compared to men. This stems from women staying more time at home and taking care of family and the home, while men go out to work. The wage gap is estimated to be about 20%, meaning that women make 80 cents to every dollar a man makes.
26% of women work part-time jobs, while less than 7% of men work part-time jobs. This is because women spend more time than twice the amount that men do on housework and family care.
So what do you know typically about the gender wage gap?
That men are getting paid more than women.
I know that I believe white women get paid 70 cents compared to a man's dollar. African women get paid much less than that, and so do Native Americans and Hispanic women.
Men are technically always paid more just because it's kind of generalized that they're always better than females in a way.
So what do you think is one of the root causes for the wage gap?
I think it's because the people who hire the women believe that they aren't doing as good as a job as they deserve to be, like as good as a job as the men are, or there's just like, oh, they're talking too much, or they're not doing the job right, when in reality it could be the same thing but swapped with the sexes.
I guess women entering the workforce is still very new, since men have been in the workforce for hundreds of years. So I guess they're just not really open to the idea, so they're trying to hinder women in a way.
Over the years, men have always been like superior just because that's what it's been thought of. So I guess since like men are technically better at everything just because they're built for it, they should get paid more just because that's how it is.
But I don't think that we've come far enough, and we just put a report out this week on the wage gap, showing that women still earn 78% of what men are earning, and those are women who are working full-time, year-round. If we look at women of color, the wage gap is far greater, 64 cents for African American women who are working full-time year-round, 56 cents for Latino women, and for mothers it's 71 cents. For single mothers it's 58 cents for what a father earns, and both of those are full-time year-round. If you look at every occupation, every industry, by education level, Veronique is completely right that women's opportunities have progressed, but the kinds of workplace policies that we need, the kinds of wage policies that we need for women and for men, the kinds of flexibility policies, the kinds of time off policies really haven't kept up. And still underneath it all, there is still some discrimination at play.
So how do you see your future self being a woman full-time in the workforce? How do you see the wage gap affecting your lifestyle?
I feel like if the wage gap still exists, like in the future, it's gonna, for me, it might try and hinder me to be more dependent on a male. And I personally wouldn't want that. I'd rather be independent and rely on myself.
Definitely I'll get paid less, for sure. So I think it'll be harder not only like to find a job, to find a good paying job and to be able to live in a stable place and be like economically stable, to be able to purchase food and all the necessities that I need.
Is there anything that you know of or you think we can do to combat the wage difference?
If you are aware that your coworker is getting paid more than you and you guys are doing the same work, you obviously deserve the equal pay. So bring it up to someone's attention, like the manager or something like that.
We can raise awareness just by like having petitions, spreading awareness, just everyone knows that everything should be equal, so just spreading that around should like help out with the wage gap.
I think a way to combat the wage gap is definitely by, still bringing it up, still doing marches about it, and, bringing it up constantly to Congress and, all the government officials that we can reach to help push for equal pay.
The wage gap is not only a problem for women, but minorities as well. African American women fall behind by 61%, while Latino women fall behind by 41%.
Wage gap can also affect men when we take into account two-income families. Many families rely on both the woman and the man to cover the bills. With the woman being paid less, the families can suffer financially.
But what we see is that there are all these factors at play. And so the reason I bring up wage policies, the reason I bring up discrimination, the reason I bring up workplace policies like inflexible schedules, like lack of access to paid family and medical leave, like lack of access to paid sick days, is that constrains how women who are still their family's primary caregivers are able to exist in a workplace where the rules are really leave it to beaver rules, but we're in a time, as the Secretary of Labor likes to say, of modern family.